I'm Rex Lanier. I started out right here in Sneads Ferry in 1987, January of '87, as a field officer, and worked my way from here to I think it was 6 or 8 years. I made sergeant. I did that position until 1998, and I was fortunate enough to be promoted to lieutenant over this same district and work area. I think in 2003 I made district captain for this district, and at that time I took over the operations for the whole district, for everything from Swansboro to the South Carolina line. And I stayed there in Wilmington until 2007, and at that point I had a very fortunate opportunity. I was promoted to colonel. Never thought I would go past captain, but in 2007, June of 2007, I was promoted to colonel and went to the Moorhead office from 2007 until November of 2013 is when I retired. So I had a total of 26 and a half years with the North Carolina Marine Patrol.
That was in 2003, that's when I got hired, and that's when you, right after, got promoted to captain. And we hated to lose you when you went up to Moorhead, but you know, you got to do what you got to do for your family and yourself, and it was a great opportunity for you.
It was, and I got there because I had a lot of good guys.
Tell me what this job, why you chose maybe this job over traditional. I think you did a little traditional law enforcement.
Yeah, I'm second generation. My father and mother both worked for the Onslow County Sheriff Department. My dad, he was a area deputy, and then went to be and he had an opportunity to take over the jail and still work as a deputy throughout the county. And my mother was a head matron for the Onslow County Sheriff Department, and so I had to follow their shoes a little bit there at Onslow County. I stayed at Onslow County from 1985. I was a line deputy to 1987. I was, I don't know if you want to go here or not, but I was born and raised in the jail. So.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
You got to see both sides of everything.
I had a lot of time served if I ever got in trouble.
That's right. So, tell me some aspects of this job. What made it a career for you, and what you would like to.
At a young age, I was shrimping in Stones Bay, just above the bridge here, with another gentleman, and Marine Patrol at that time, which back then days it was called Marine Fisheries Enforcement, or they called them C&D. And anyway, they came by, and I just saw them doing their job, and I said, man, that's probably what I could do. Enjoying being outside, and this. You were a policeman before you came. This job, you're not tied to the radio like a regular police officer. You're not answering the complaint calls that they're answering. You have a lot of freedom, and you got a lot of. That's your office right there. If you want to make it your office.
It makes for a beautiful day compared to what a lot of people get to look at.
Yep. And I remember when I first started in 1987, I stopped by my mother's house. She lived in Jacksonville, and I had a Ford 250 truck. I don't remember what model it was, but what year. I had a little John boat. My mother's neighbor, he looked, and he said, he looked at all the equipment there, and he asked me, he said, what do you do? And I told him. And he said, they pay you to do that? I said, yes, sir. And I said, it is a great job. I enjoyed my career. I was thinking yesterday, I'd go back, no problem at all. I believe, at 60 years old, I think I could still go back. I just feel that good about it.
Well, we might be looking for some reserve types, so keep that certification. We don't want to send you back through BLET.
But once again, it was just when I started, you always had something to do.
So tell me, you got any funny stories, that are good to share?
Well, Garland, I've got a lot, and over my career, yes, I've had a lot of good stories and a lot of good times, but I guess probably, I don't know, maybe I'm not too famous for this one, but I had Dean Nelson started to work in this district. I believe it was 94 or 96, and I was his training officer, and I picked him up. I had an Impala Chevrolet at the time, and picked up a boat, had been in the shop for a new radio, and I believe it was a 19-foot Jones Brothers, and had the T-top on it. And anyway, we had ended up in Hampstead. I had to meet Ben Jackson to deliver some paperwork, and there was a car wash there in Hampstead, and Ben was there at the car wash washing his patrol boat. Well, the end car wash stall was high enough for Winnebagos, anything wanted to go in there. So I pulled into the parking lot, introduced Dean to Ben, gave Ben his paperwork, and then as the discussion ended, we got ready to leave. Well, not paying much attention, I got in the patrol car, and instead of turning around in the parking lot, which much running, I said, I'll just drive right through the car wash there. Well, I didn't realize Ben's was the one that he was using was a lot higher, and he had the same patrol boat as a 19-foot Jones Brothers. It was sitting in there. So anyway, I drove through the smaller stall. Well, next thing I know, T-top hits, and I jammed it in there pretty good. And so anyway, after a little work, spinning some tires in reverse, I got it out, and the blue light had gone through the T-top. I'd pushed everything over and everything. So, and I was just, I was traumatized. Here I am training this new officer first day, whatever, and I said, my God, bad enough. And I was just been promoted to sergeant, you know. So I'm sure that got a lot of laughs. And so anyway, I finally got her out and looked at the damage, and Dean didn't know what to say, and I don't remember what Ben said. And so anyway, I looked at Dean and I said, Dean, I'm just wanted to show you that what you shouldn't do at a boat wash, and you shouldn't damage boats like this. And so anyway,
I think that is a great training opportunity.
Man, probably, well, yeah, I think it's probably probably one of the best examples I could ever get an officer.
I hope that was documented on your daily observation report.
Yeah, it was, and then I had you know how much incident reports went along with that. So I had to fill out a lot of paperwork, and then so the boat never got utilized that week. I had to take it right back to the shop or something, and well,
I just want to thank you for today.
Yeah, I greatly enjoyed it, darling. Thank you so much. Enjoyed seeing you.
You too.
Thank you. I got tears out early, huh?
Oh, don't worry. I'm deep hitting. I'm that deep reporter that's going to pull them out of you. Make you cry.